Sentire Media.
Welcome to the Stop Italian Sounding podcast, uncovering authentic Italian food. I'm your host, Robert Campana, and join me as we delve into the rich heritage of genuine Italian food, exploring its legends, history, and traditions. Through important tips and insightful interviews with industry professionals, you'll gain a deeper understanding of authentic Italian food. Welcome back, everyone, to the Stop Italian Sounding show, uncovering authentic Italian food. So, I think we could all agree that what we eat is important. It's important for our health, our physical well-being, mental well-being, but also at times for tradition and historical reasons as well. So, given this fact that I believe most people probably agree with, it should also go without saying that land from which these products come is equally as important. So today, I want to briefly talk about two logos that are found on some food and beverage products that come from the European Union that indicate a strict connection to a certain territory. You probably have seen these logos, and what I'm talking about could also be found on some Italian products, but also products from other European nations, of course. Again, the products must have a strict connection to geographic territory. You may have seen these two logos. One is red and yellow, and the other is blue and yellow, and they mean slightly different things. So let's start with the red and yellow seal. Of course, I'm talking about the PDO seal, or DOP as it's known with its Italian acronym. So for simplicity, I'll refer to it using the English acronym PDO. And PDO stands for Protected Designation of Origin, which means that a specific product could only come from one geographic area because it's linked to that territory due to history, tradition, production know-how, and even terroir. A product could only be made in that protected area, and according to the specific product, most of the raw materials, and at times all of the raw materials, have to come from that defined area as well. So, taking care of the land, of course, is extremely important, especially since so many products come from the protected areas. And there are many Italian products that are PDO products. And just to name a few, we have things like Parmigiano Reggiano or Prosciutto di Parma, traditional balsamic vinegar of Modena, mozzarella di bufala campana, Val di Mazzara extra virgin olive oil, and pecorino romano. Again, just to name a few that most people may know and may have the opportunity to find in a local supermarket. In fact, Italy is the nation that has the most amount of PDO protected products, over 120 of them. And each PDO product is part of a consortium whose aim is, of course, to protect the products, market the products, and ensure that all the producers are adhering to the strict production standards and guidelines that are set forth. So let me make a very simple example. Parmigiano Reggiano. I know, it's always the same example that I use, but it makes the idea so clear. So there's a protected geographic area. Again, this is due to history, tradition, and know-how. And in this case, the area is only refined to Parma, Modena, Reggio Emilia, Bologna to the left of the Reno River, and Mantova to the right of the Po River. The cows are only allowed to graze in this protected area, eat the feed that comes from this area, and so, of course, the milk that is produced will then have a distinct taste. The milk, of course, then undergoes the production and transformation into cheese, again, all in this protected area. And then after all the steps of production are properly fulfilled, it's deemed Parmigiano Reggiano. So to stay on this example, Parmigiano Reggiano cannot be made outside of this area, neither anywhere else in Italy nor anywhere else in the world. And PDO products are simply expressions of territory. So this is one of the two logos I wanted to discuss today. And the second one is the blue and yellow PGI, or IGP as it's known with the Italian acronym. And again, I'll stick with the acronym in English, which is PGI. So this stands for Protected Geographical Indication. And similarly to PDO products, PGI products have a strict connection to a territory due to history, tradition, and of course know-how. However, the main difference is that some of the raw material and or phases of production can happen outside of the indicated area. So some PGI products that are Italian are Mortadella Bologna, Cioccolato di Modica, and Speck Alto Adige. So let's make another simple example. Let's choose Cioccolato di Modica, which is a famous chocolate that's produced in Modica in Sicily. It has a strong connection to Modica because this technique was introduced to Modica back in the 16th century, and producers in Modica have been making it ever since. So there, of course, is a historical and traditional element as to why Cioccolato di Modica can only be made in Modica. However, it's considered a PGI product because the raw material, the cacao in this case, comes from outside of Modica. In this case, it comes from South America. And one reason is, of course, because cacao isn't produced in Italy. And another reason is connected to its history, where the Spaniards dominated Sicily back in the 16th century and brought back cacao from South America to Modica. So anyway, what if an Italian product does not have neither the PDO nor the PGI seal? Well, of course, that's very possible. For example, regular fior di latte mozzarella does not have neither a PDO nor a PGI seal because it could be made in many locations and is considered more of a generic term. However, mozzarella di bufala campana is a PDO product due to its history, tradition, and know-how, like we discussed a few minutes ago. Anyway, as we wrap up today's episode, Italy is the nation that has the most amount of protected products, with a total of 326 as of today. And the two seals or logos that we discussed today could be found on food products that have strict connections to geographic location. And the ones we discussed are the red and yellow Protected Designation of Origin, or PDO seal, and the blue and yellow Protected Geographical Indication, or PGI seal. So take a look the next time you shop and see if you actually notice them. You may be surprised. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the stories of authentic Italian cuisine. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast for more insights and interviews. Also, feel free to reach out with your thoughts or questions on our social media channels at Stop Italian Sounding or on our website stopitasounding.com. Grazie a tutti e alla prossima.
Sentire Media.
Hey, podcast producers and show hosts. Do you want to join a podcast network that celebrates all things Italian? At Sentire Media, we understand the allure of Italy and its unique culture. Our devoted team of hosts and producers are all driven by their shared passion for Italy. And we work tirelessly to create the best lifestyle podcasts and content that will whisk you away to the very heart of Italy. With us, you can savor the mouth-watering flavors, get lost in the stories from the past, break down the cultural barriers, and truly immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of this intoxicating country. If you have a great podcast idea or are already in production and would like to join Sentire Media, head over to sentiremedia.com, that's SENTIRE media.com, and find out how to submit your show.